Hey everybody, welcome to GhostBox Live Experimental Sessions. My name is Greg Bach and I appreciate you all joining me tonight. I hope you are having a great week, and I definitely appreciate you all taking the time and joining in tonight. It's one of those things that makes me very happy to be able to do. And uh, Hey, Jeremy, it's nice to see you on there again. I just got to say, am I on at 10 with you guys, or am I on later? Because it looks like that the previous show is still going, and it looks like we're going on at the same time. So don't mean to be nitpicky, but I am kind of curious why they are still on. But I just wanted to, first of all, say thank you all for the birthday wishes. And, thank you all very much for support and other things. I really do appreciate it. To get started here, please share out this video if you'd be so kind. I would really appreciate if you would do so. I think tonight's going to be very interesting. I mean, we'll see, but I think that this will be a fun night. So I hope we all can uh, just be able to do what we're supposed to do here tonight, and that is hoping to reach out to aliens tonight. We're going to call them out by a number of different ways, by their names. We're going to reach out to Pleidians. We're going to reach out to Nordics. We're going to reach out to Greys. And what the hope here is that that we are able to get some kind of response. And the questions that are going to be asked is going to be along the lines of, like, talking about abduction. We're going to talk about implants. This might be a little bit more of a uh, kind of a more aggressive show tonight, basically because that's kind of what I want to kind of get into. And one of the reasons why I want to do it this way tonight is because I John is on here. And I sent him a link to a book and I'm seeing if I can find it here real fast. Let me see here. A book by an author named Brett Oldham, and he writes about, as a child, being abducted by aliens and stuff happening to him his whole life. I just got the book, and I reached out to him because I was curious to know if he'd be on my show, and he declined. And he declined with a very good reason. He feels like his safety and his family's safety is at peril when he does the interviews, and he won't do it. And it just really made me think, the fact that, what is that? Is that truly a cover up? Is that, what I'm curious about it, but also frustrates me that somebody cannot speak because they feel like that they are at peril. And that's just unfortunate. So that made me very interested, actually, in it. So that's kind of where I'm at. I just got a little frustrated, and I want to be able to definitely, kind of see, do we get any kind of real interaction with aliens because we might be pushing a little bit tonight. So that's what we'll figure out. That's what we'll see here. Big week coming up, actually. Once again, if you are able to share, I would greatly appreciate it. But also, what we're going to do is go through a couple things coming up. It's a busy week, actually. It's really exciting. First of all, if you are in the Twin Cities, tomorrow we do Ghost Stories and Beyond over at Billy's Bar and Grill in Anoka, Minnesota. We're talking about truly a remarkable situation of paranormal activity at the Grant House in Rush City. We have a group of investigators who, on November 5th in 2022, we did an investigation. We did an experiment that we'll be talking about tomorrow, and we yielded a ton of very interesting things, including EVP, spirit box responses, all sorts of incredible things that are all tied to just a couple people. And we got all sorts of activity. We got all sorts of uh, like responses, and it happened during this 18 minutes. Also happened afterwards in terms of the information that we found. So there is truly a lot of wonderful things that we're going to be going through. So if you're around, if you're in Minnesota, this is going to be tomorrow, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're actually going to have these are people who took Shar and my classes, and we're letting them tell the story. We all took part in it, but we let them collate the recordings, put together the timeline, and do everything the way that we would ask any paranormal investigator to do it, and any team. And so tomorrow they're going to go through, and I think it's a very compelling case. So I'm excited about that. So that they're just seeing anything else here. So moving on, Friday, it's just a fun, busy week. Friday, I am going to be on the 13th Dimension with Mr. Jeremy York, and we're talking about Doctor Who. And that is one of my favorite things. And it's funny, Jeremy, if you're still on, I actually did an interview on the radio station locally here on Monday talking about Doctor Who. I don't ever really talk to anybody about it. I talk about British television. I obviously do paranormal, but I never talk about Doctor Who. And suddenly I did it. I'm going to bookend the week with talking about Doctor Who. I think our conversation on Friday is going to be a lot more expansive, because I only talked with Matt McNeil for about like 17 minutes or something like that. So it's a lot of fun. It really is. Coming up, so then Saturday, if you're around, and once again in Minnesota, not my event, but Shar and Sandy are having an open house for their new business, Center Essence, in Anoka. And I mean, I couldn't be happier for them. I mean, this is truly, they have their own space, and they're doing it their way. And I am so pleased that they've been able to make this work. And so I'm going to be out there for a little bit, visiting them, wishing them well. And there's going to be gift bags for the first 20 people, raffle drawings for free services. It's going to be a lot of fun. And once again, well done to Shar and Sandy. You all know Shar pretty well. Sandy, you may not know as well, but she is a tremendously kind and wonderful woman as well, and a very, very gifted psychic medium. So, that's pretty cool. Sunday afternoon is going to be GhostBox Radio. Originally, I was going to have Rick Osana on, that we were going to be talking about the DeFeo murders at Amityville. Hopefully, we can reschedule him. He hasn't got back to me yet. We're going to do an open mic paranormal discussion Sunday afternoon on AM 950, where we're going to be just anyone who wants to call in, if they want to call in. Otherwise, I think Adam, my producer, and myself will be talking quite a bit about all sorts of things, and I'm going to rant. I'm going to have some rants. I've been preparing these rants, high quality rants. So that is very much going to be on the cards for Sunday afternoon. Sunday evening, this just happened, and I'm really excited, and I'm very honored that I'm going to be on Pac-Man Paranormal, and that's going to be really cool. 9 p.m. Eastern time, so it's 8 p.m. Central. And, we'll be talking all things Ernie. And I see Denise and Ernie on here. So thank you very much for the invite. It's very kind. I'll see if I can find the Spirit Box response that just says, Ernie, I love you. I know it's out there. If not, we'll fabricate one. So that's kind of how that works. That's very cool. Hey, Liz, I see you there. And let's see, what else do we got here? I mean, what more do you want apart from GhostBox Live Sunday night? And I got to say, and I don't know if certain people are on here tonight, and I haven't seen them at all on here, but I'm going to be very honest, and I'm going to say it again Sunday. I don't feel like that any of you would feel this way. But when I said Sunday that I wasn't going to be able to do GhostBox Live, and I had somebody who kind of backlashed against me, so kind of like, what's the deal? Why can't you do these? I need these. And I appreciate the fact that that I have people who are very excited by what I do and what other people do, but also for some of those people need to realize, and this is why we put out the notice that we're not able to do it, so that people can plan accordingly. That this is our own time, right? This is like, if I'm not feeling up to it and I want to try to bring through spirit energy, I'm not going to do it unless I feel good about it. Any person who does this work would do it the same way. And it was just, I appreciate her enthusiasm for what I do, but I don't. I mean, this isn't a one-time thing. This is ongoing. I don't appreciate the sort of like kind of not thinking before you type. So it's just one of those things that, and I don't want to hark on it. It certainly, um, I did not respond because I didn't want it to be like, I'm banned from Facebook. But also, I didn't want to just flash ban her either. But that is something that I am not, pleased with. And I will, if, and I don't think she's on tonight. If you are, you should let me know. But I will, if I see you on Sunday, I will say it again. So, and that's the thing too, like Jeremy, who runs Things Network, they have been very clear that if you're unable to do a show, that is not the end of the world. That we just let them know, and that we do it when we can. It's never been an issue. So it's not like any network or anything wants to, hold it against any of us if we don't do a show. So it's just, it was just kind of like, come on. So rant over with for the moment. Let's see here. And I did see that, and Char responded as well. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to respond. I'll do it publicly. That's the way to do things around here. That's when it works, is when, instead of like, I could have messaged her like privately. I could have responded to thing. No, I waited to do it publicly. That is how I operate in these situations. So that is what's going on. So once again, Wednesday is GhostBox, or no, what is it? Ghost Stories and Beyond. So much. Friday, Talking Doctor Who, Jeremy on 13th Dimension on Things Network. And then Saturday, GhostBox Radio. And then Sunday night, we're doing Pac-Man Paranormal. And that's, I mean, I'm just so excited to talk to everybody, and hopefully people don't get bored. It's funny talking with Ernie about it. He was getting bored while he was asking me, and that was really very telling and very sad at the same time. So it just kind of how it is. And Lisa is on here. I see Lisa, who we talked about. I don't know if you're on here when I talked about ghost stories for tomorrow in Anoka, and Lisa is one of the investigators who put a lot of work into the presentation. Shar and I have been just hoping that they take it and put it together. And I think anyone who goes tomorrow is going to be really impressed, not only with with what had happened, but with the way that they put everything together. So that being said, our friend, the alien, we have done this a number of times. This might be a little bit more aggressive than what we normally do. So we're not going to try to get anyone abducted tonight or anything. But I do want to see what we can do, because I feel like that, just going down a certain track might help, because I think in the past we've just been like, is there an alien here? That's fine, but maybe there's a little bit more that we can do here. Okay. So, we're going to try that tonight. Let's see what else. One of the things I want to do at some point, now I can't do it anytime soon. For those of you who are not in Minnesota, it is currently, do I have a temperature? It is currently like 15 below zero. So I'm not going to be doing this at the moment. But have any of you heard of the CE5 method for communicating to try to bring out alien communication. And a lot of people use tones for that. Other people use spirit box. So I've been doing that, I guess, without even realizing what it is. But I think it would be interesting because where I've seen it, they are outside doing it, and they're in like open space, which Minnesota, there's plenty of that. And where I got this from was from Shannon Rogers when she was on my radio show on Sunday. And it's, she had done it, and she said it was really interesting. And she said that there was fog that was about 3 feet tall that came and kind of went around them when they did the method. And I think that's why it's important to be outside, because I think that's what you're also waiting for is the atmospheric conditions to possibly change because of what you're trying to do. And what I would like to do, and anyone in Minnesota who is listening and want to help, and we can figure it out, I would like to do an experimental sessions, take my gear to do a live, but also run it through a night vision camera and see if we can get something going out in a field or something somewhere. I think that would be really interesting. I would really like to do that. And I'd like to do it before summer, because then that way it's, you're not going to be going into tick season or anything like that. But I think that there is something to be said about trying to do that. Um, yeah, I know. I get it. I see that people are telling me you don't need to do it that way, whatever. That's how I would like to do it. And if you're able to communicate with aliens uh, any other way, that is fine. I like to do it certain ways, and we're just seeing what we do. That's why we call these experimental sessions, because we are experimenting, trying different things, and that is a good thing to do. Now, you might notice I'm a little spicy tonight, and because I just understand when I see, and I don't think it's intentionally trying to shut down, but at the same time, it's like, allow people to play out the scenario the way that they want to, opposed to being like, nope, this is, you can do it this way and you don't need to do it this other way. Might be working for you, but part of the fun is the experimentation and trying to figure out and taking gear out and going somewhere and having a different surrounding. I've been trying to reach out to extraterrestrials here for a long time, and we've gotten some interesting communication. But the point is to always do something a little more and different. That's where I'm coming from with that. So, and now, Brad, you're going to be a little disappointed in me, and I apologize. I don't know how to put the battery into your yes and no box. So it's not out yet. And I was gonna message you, but it's been so busy. So we're, hopefully by Sunday, we're going to be able to do that. And I really got to try on Sunday to talk about Crack Skull Paranormal, which, folks, once again, please go and like his page, but also know, like, he has some stuff for sale now. Please go and check out his equipment. It works very well. You're going to see older versions of the yes and no box tonight, but it's definitely well worth it. Let's see. Eventually, Denise says, eventually need to come to Louisville and go squatching with us. We got to a place called UFO Mountain. That sounds like a place I'd like to go. Lots of those experiences as well. That would be fun. That would be really cool. I was going to say we should do a live from there, but I have a feeling that there won't be any lives coming from UFO Mountain. As I said that, flashlight just turned on. Do you like UFO Mountain? You want to go to UFO Mountain, flashlight? Of course it does. I mean, who doesn't want to go? So what we got tonight is, I'm just seeing if anything's moving. Doesn't look like anything is moving. As usual, we have our bell. Behind it, it's hard to see. Behind it, you have the REM pod that is shaped as a lantern. The normal REM pod that you get from like Ghost Stop or something like that immediately reacts to the light being on. And why do we have that big light on? Because the spirit bottle that Greg Koss has given me, we want to be able to see if the pendulum moves at all. So what I felt like is okay. What I feel like uh, is that um, the that we need to see when the pendulum's moving, and I thought a light behind it would work out really well. Now on the Ovilus, we have ghost, of course, bottom, and direction. Ghost, bottom, and direction. So we that is what's on the Ovilus. We have our flashlight that's been turning on and off all night, which could very well be simply um, the way the flashlight is set, and then we have our yes and no's, which looks like, Brad, I have them too close together because I just hit one and they both went off. Yeah, the flashlight agrees. They're too close together, but that's fine for now. If they go off at all, that's all that matters. So, or if they turn off ever, that's all that matters. All right. Thank you. uh, Come down to southern Minnesota. I'd love to be part of the outdoor session. Lots of fields over here. That is true. That is very, very true. And then Brad, just like the battery holders in the back, opens up. Wow, I never said I was intelligent. So yeah, no, lots of fun things going on here. So tonight we're gonna see about Pleidians, uh, Pleidians, maybe Nordics, but certainly Greys. I'd love to talk about the idea of abduction, and also talk about any sort of like ingesting, implanting anything. Maybe we can go there. I'm also curious about portals. I am curious about a lot of different, methods. Like what kind of control? I do believe that it's portals of how any sort of extraterrestrial being comes from some other planet to Earth. That is, some sort of wormhole portal, something like that. Because it's not just a flight. Obviously, that's not possible unless they have moon bases. But anyway, that is, what I'd really like to kind of focus and talk about. And we'll see how long. We got to just see how long we can see that. How long that will last. Oh, Denise says we can get a signal on UFO Mountain if wanted to do a live. That is pretty cool. That is really cool. UFO Mountain. I just love the name of it. It's just like that old Simpsons thing from one of the episodes, Monster Island, and as an older Lisa Simpson is running away with, running from the monsters on Monster Island. On Monster Island, uh, they said they originally told her it's Monster Island. It's just a name. And then when she's running from them, she's like, I thought you said that this is just a name. He says, you're right. It's more of a peninsula than an island. That took way too long to explain. Anyway, that's why you just watch the episode. You don't have me try to reenact it. Luckily, I didn't do the voices. Did you do any protection? We're not reaching out to spirit per se, but can give yourself a second here to protect yourselves. Okay, I'm going to let you protect yourselves. You've been doing this with me long enough. Do the protection how you want to while I take a sip of water. You gotta have water. It's so dry up here in lovely Minnesota. And tomorrow, February, is where it gets really cold. Why am I here? Sorry. Seriously though, why am I here? Oop, Brad. We gotta get this going, don't we? UFO Island. It's UFO Mountain. See, I even messed that up. It'll be a long night, folks. Long night. Let's see here. Got some comments here. Let's see. Brad says, I am going to have to sit in the field here when you do your outdoor live with my spirit box to see if you can trigger something to happen my side. Don't do it alone would be my recommendation. Have someone else with you if possible. I think that would be a wise idea. And part of it too is just because, just for documentation's sake, not that we wouldn't believe you, Brad, or if I did it alone, anyone necessarily wouldn't believe me. I mean, you all believe me every week when I'm in here, but just to be able to be like, document the feeling stuff. So supposed to warm up to 10 degrees tomorrow. I can't wait either. I mean, I already got my shorts out. It's going to be pretty amazing. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be tropical. Let's see here. Spirit box, SB7, the usual. Let's start with the usual. Let's just hope that, it'd be nice to, Brad, what we can also do is we can even maybe try to do them like simultaneously in some way too, if we really wanted to. I don't know if maybe you have a monster island. We can be on UFO Mountain, and we can kind of see what's going on. All right. So Zan, if you're still on, what would you recommend us to address them as to start the ball rolling? What do you think we should address when we start the spirit box? Now, someone had mentioned Linus. He was down here with me. Let's see if we can get our little alien over here before we get started while I wait for Zan to respond. Linus! Maybe he's like, yeah, you're talking to aliens. I'm out of here. All right, well, while we're waiting for her, we'll just... Yeah, let's try the Greys first. Zan asked, and I can't put her comment on screen because it's on my private page. But that sometimes works and sometimes doesn't work. She asked, do you want the Greys first? Let's see what happens. Because I don't think you call them Greys, do you? And that's the thing I was wondering, because like on the shows and stuff, or in books, they'll say this is the Greys, this is Pleidians, this is Nordics, and it's like, is Greys insensitive? And I'm not trying to be silly about it. Is it insensitive? But call them up as Greys? That's my question. Call them up as Greys? Compelling, isn't it? You're all just like in the seat of your pants. That's their Greys. All right. Let's do it. Just trying to be. Here we go. My name is Greg. And I am trying to reach out to the Greys. But that's too bad. The Grays. I'm trying to reach out to you. I feel like we're getting some kind of responses. I don't. We're just wanting to talk with you and have established contact. Can you let me know that you hear me, please? Is it okay that we call you Graves? Can you respond to me in tones? Dan, you must have heard some already, right? At least digital voices. Welcome back. It has to be radio. You hear Grace? Ooh, look at that. I think that's what Dan is talking about, the high-pitched digital voice. Is that Zeta Reticulans? Is that how you pronounce that? How do you travel? How do you travel to this planet? Are you using portals? Did that sound like bubble to anybody? Like someone said bubble? What about wormholes? Do you use wormholes? Then you keep telling me what they do, but I want to hear them say it to me on the box. Not your night with typing, is it, Brad? How many people do you abduct a year? How many people have you abducted? I thought I heard 40. 40 million? 40,000? Why do you abduct humans? Do you see us as equals? A lot of reports of you taking fetuses from women. Do you do that? Sorry. I just upped the sleep rate. Asking for the Grays. Please talk to us. Faster. It actually sounds faster than the rate that I have it at. Are you anywhere near me? Are there any Grays anywhere in my vicinity? There's some interesting things being said here. If you are abducting us, do you care about our development? See, it's not as fast anymore. Wake up. Are you working with government? The U.S. government? Get work done. Hear that? Get work done. You work with the government. Get work done. Hurt nobody. Sped up again. Are you ever not going to abduct us? I'm just listening. So, a couple of you heard we're coming. Oh my gosh, a lot of you heard we're coming. Zan says that they're with me now. When you say we're coming, you mean like to me right now? To you. Do you hear that? When I said it said to you. More like I'm getting the F out of here. So will you visit me? What will you do? Are you in the room with me right now? Follow. You hear that? That voice? Follow. Is there some kind of cloaking device on you that I cannot see you, even if you're in here? Dan says you'll hear high-pitched tones in your ears. Possibly a lot of your experiences get that. Try being here. I'm afraid to ask this. If you're cloaked in here, can you uncloak yourself right now, please? Now, Zan says that they don't always show themselves, but they'll leave marks. So if I have marks, I will share those. That you can stop? Is that what it was said? Do you not like me asking these questions? The odd sounds are back. Do you have individual names? It's pretty intense tonight. Bruce wants to know, can you make these boxes go off? If you are here, all you need to do is go and touch the antenna, and it'll light up. Can you make something move on this table, please? Why would you be afraid to publicly do that? We're not seen by that many people. Just let me know that you're here. Let them know. Let everyone who's watching know by touching something. Make something move, please. Do you work with anybody else? Anyone else from other planets? Can you tell me the name of your planet, please? You personally, how many humans have you been a part of abducting? I wonder if somebody caught that just now. Let's see. I know what you heard. Yep. But I think something else was said, not that. Interesting. That's a good one. Do you have a different name for Earth? Do you call it something other than Earth? The good one, Bruce. I like that. Thank you. Is anybody else getting lost in the suite? Like you're listening, and you next thing you know, like 20 seconds have gone by. Like I'm riding a wave of the suite. Somebody named Christine has seen a green circular thing in the sky. Would that be you? I got pressure in my ear. Do you actually use saucers, like flying ships? Or do you only use portals and walk between, like, your planet and ours? No. I actually heard yes myself. Like you called Earth yes. So very clearly as you can answer, are you going to visit me tonight? Okay. This is where I'm getting pressure in my ear, like it's trying to pop. All right. Let's end it here. Let's shut this down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. All right. Wow. It's that was intense. That was pretty intense. I think a lot of things were said tonight, and Zan, did you hear your name? Did you hear your name, your first and last name? Do you pronounce it as Zanzi? Because if you pronounce it as such, that came through. Going back to, this is my belief, is when Carol thought she heard 60, I heard your name. Yeah, I got a headache. I actually have, like, I'm having pressure in my ear. Um, so your first name is Zanzi, and I've been calling you Zan for years. Nice. Um, yeah, your name came through. I'm pretty sure your name came through. I heard your name. Zanzi. Zanzie. And she's not on where you're watching. She's watching from my personal page, and she's had experiences with grays and whatnot. And so a lot of the stuff that I've been talking about tonight, I've been reading what she's been saying. So that is what I believe came through. You can go back and listen if you wish. It's pretty quick, but yeah, that's kind of what what I got. So yeah, that was intense. So thank you all for for enduring it. That was pretty crazy, actually. And depending on how the next couple days go, we'll see if we try it again. uh, do I rewatch? Sometimes, sometimes. Then I sometimes get lazy and I just send the audio over to Mr. Brad, who is very kind to sometimes take a listen. Um, but yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. That was on a different level as far as I'm concerned. I think that truly was on a different level. And one that was very, very cool. Now, if you don't hear from me again, then it wasn't as cool as that. But obviously, that's not going to be the case. But, you know, like Zanzi said, that that yes, it is. And you're more than welcome to listen on my behalf if you like. It just timing wise doesn't always make it work. I've tried that many times and it just never works to be solid like that every week. You know what I mean? Um, so uh, it's uh, it's it's very interesting for sure. And also, we'll see what happens over the next couple days. It would be very interesting to get some sort of like, it would be interesting. It also would be very, what's the word? Painful, hurtful, destructive if something else happened. Because I do agree with Zanzi, and she's like very much like, um, she's very much like, if you invite in spirits, you never know what you're going to get. And I do agree that no matter what, I mean, if they're in here right now, they're listening to me, you know, that's what it is. And so, you know, I do this knowing that those things can happen. That's the purpose of doing this, because I want to experience. And it doesn't mean that I'm not trying to do something and trying to get affected. What I'm trying to do is just try to get communication, see what comes from that. But this is the first time I'm using Spirit Box, and I'm having it feels like my ears are popping. I don't want to make a big deal. I'm not feeling horrible. It's just like there is something that's a little bit off in here. Um, so, and a lot of you have been affected tonight, so that's not cool. But we'll see what happens. Um, and Zanzi says sometimes I have experiences and I have to decipher between spirits and ETs. Some are hybrids, and that is something I find really interesting. Just like the Hudson Valley UFO stuff, where people are in a haunted house thinking it's spirit, but it probably is like the basement was like a highway, super highway for extraterrestrials. You know, that stuff is really, really interesting to me. Um, you notice you get more affected when we do this particular subject, but experimentation. So just something, it truly is. It truly is actually. And and you know, this is kind of where I'm at. And I'm kind of with you on this, Catherine. It's not like something I go on my way and do, but I mean, obviously, we're all very, very just lightheaded as fuck right now. But we're all very interested in this subject. We all want to know what's out there. What does it look like? And it might be scary to find out, but that's just it. Um, that's super cool. That's really neat. Um, that's really cool. So yeah, let's see here. Anything else? Maybe let you all go on your backyard. That is pretty cool. Let you all go and recover from this. My God. Ernie Pack says, I feel there's a connection between spirits, cryptids, and ETs. It would make sense, right? I mean, I agree. I mean, I don't know one way or the other, but I mean, it certainly makes sense, especially, you know, in some, and I'm not saying this is what Ernie's saying, but some believe of like, you know, cryptids, certain cryptids are actually extraterrestrials, and they are, and they are there to, you know, that's why we don't see them, and others don't believe that. I mean, it's so interesting. You know, are we ever going to know? So yeah, I got a headache now, and I'm like, I don't think it's because of the sweep rate of the box. It's certainly interesting though. Um, so let's see. Anything else? Any other questions, folks? Anything else that you want to say before we go? Um, drink water, take an Epsom salt bath, or just foot soak for grounding. Yep. Very true. Very true. Of course, yes, I got my water, but I also have a chocolate ice cream bar that I've been saving for after this, which I'd be happy to share with all of you if you're in here. Um, but yeah, I do think, and Zanzi agrees. I do think that there has been a connection made, contact had been made. The question is the line of questioning, was it insulting to them? Was it fine? Were they happy with it? The fact of how I'm feeling right now is that because they are in here, I mean, um, and I'm very careful with saying that because I don't want to kind of come across as like, you know, someone's I'm affected and my gosh, it's happening. You know, it just might be just simply because I'm tired and that the box was giving me a headache, but it certainly is very, I'm feeling different than I do when I normally use the box. So I don't know. I think it's been good and receptive until they dice me up. Um, so yeah, no, this is good. I appreciate this. This is, you know, there's something actually. There was a couple moments here that that it's like sorry, a couple moments here that I can't keep a thought. I can't keep a thought. Let's see. No, I don't feel like this ever. Um, but a couple moments here that I actually was frightened. Like something does not right here, and it did feel well. It hasn't gone away, to be perfectly honest, but it feels like um, there that I'm not that it doesn't feel right in here. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Anything else here before we go? Yeah, this is exactly what Zanzi says. You may feel dizzy, pressure, ringing, heaviness in room. Room will feel off. That's exactly where I'm at right now. It's exactly where I'm at right now. So pretty crazy. Pretty crazy at the moment. So we'll kind of go from there and see what happens. Well, if it's aliens, I'm not sure how much sage is going to help. And I'm not trying to be funny or trying to insult you. I truly not sure if that's really going to help. Let's see. Anything else? Let's go through a couple things real fast before we go here. Once again, tomorrow, Ghost Stories and Beyond. If you're in the the Anoka area, please stop on by. I think you'll find it very interesting. And then Friday, we're talking Doctor Who with Mr. Jeremy York on the 13th Dimension. I'm honored to have been asked to take part in that. Sunday evening, we're going to be admiring Ernie Pac's body in Pac-Man Paranormal. And we might even talk about some paranormal stuff. You know, we might talk a little bit about this, I would assume, right? I mean, they've been here the whole time, Ernie and Denise. So it's going to be an interesting conversation for sure. Any other things coming through here real fast? Thanks. I'm going to be honest. Because I go between different tabs on the browser, and I'm watching myself, and I didn't recognize myself a couple times in there. I don't understand it. My facial features didn't look quite right. Kind of strange. So yeah, no Linus. He's smart. He's just like, nope. Never had to say, yeah, no, it's pretty intense. All right, folks, I've kept you long enough, and I will update you all if anything gets weird or anything. I will post on my Facebook page or something. Thank you all very much. Also note the stuff that people are saying to help me try to calm from it. Some of you do the same for yourselves. Take it easy, relax. You know, don't listen to rock and roll because honestly, I think everyone just needs to kind of have some calming, right? So please remember that. Thank you all. Thank you all for the kind words of safety. I agree. And we'll Sunday, I'm planning on being back for just reaching out to our loved ones. Tuesday, we'll see what happens. We'll see who's next. Because this one will be a tough one to top, I think. Everyone, thank you so very much, and have a great rest of your week. Take care, everyone, and hopefully you'll join me on some of those other shows that I'm going to be on, because it'd be great to see you all. Take care, everyone. Good night.